I'm very
Can you be
submissive.
submissive?
I'm very submissive. All women can be submissive. It's a choice. I may have a strong personality. That's because I had to do that to survive. I was a single woman with children. I'm not going to let nobody come in here and play with me. But if I have a guy that's not coming to play, I don't want your position. I already know what it takes. Listen, you can wear your briefs. I like my panties.
I should have lied. I should have cheated.
Maybe I should have went out to the club.
I should have lied. I should have. Wait, what was it? I should have done it.
I should have played you. I shouldn't have given away all of my love.
Baby, I should have played you.
But you don't appreciate me, no, bitch.
Oh. Remix.
Right, that's exactly what that's about.
Leave it up to.
And she said it.
Leave it to Chloe to hit us with that one today. Ooh, girl.
Oh my God, with such enthusiasm.
Right.
Who should you know?
Conviction from the toes.
Well, look, y'all, we back.
And
Hey.
you know what it is.
It's your girl, Lise.
It's Drea, what up? Hey.
It's Chloe.
And you already know we got a special guest.
We do.
Yay.
So excited about this.
Coming all the way from the South Side.
Girl, please, I am still from Colorado in my bones.
Look, they don't need to know that.
Oh,
Right. You didn't need to.
right. I'm in the dirty.
Let them think what they want.
The dirty.
You in the dirty now. You in a state that don't care about nothing, just like us. All that Charlamagne the God always says, all the crazy folks come from the Bronx and all of Florida. And let me tell you, folks, she's crazy. We got Dejon with us today.
Hi, Dejon.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course, I couldn't. I was so excited when she asked me if I wanted to do it. I was like, of course. It'll be great to talk to the girls.
Yeah.
Okay, join in on the girl talk.
Because look, we can use it. The way life is going at this point. Because the devil is busy.
Working overtime.
The devil is busy.
What's the devil doing, ladies? What is the devil
Using
doing?
these men.
Yeah, I believe it.
Oh, well done.
Bunch of demons running around here terrorizing us all.
Facts. Got these men not being men anymore.
Correct.
Not at all. They don't even
So
have
as y'all heard with the clip, we're going to be talking about a little bit of submission today. Just a little bit. Just get it started. So ladies, what does it mean to you to be submissive in your relationship? Can you do it? Drea, since you're the married one, kick us off. Are you submissive?
Wait a minute. Why the fuck you call me out like that?
Come on now.
She said, Drea. Well, damn. All right, so let's think about this. I don't know. There's two different ways I think about submissive, right? There's like, I feel like there's this expectation for women to obey their man. And I don't know if I can obey anybody. That's not really my thing, right? So there's that, and that's a no for me. And then there's also like, I don't know, it's really hard for me to explain. So like when people say to submit to your man, the only way I can actually do that is if like, it's me just letting go of control of everything, you know, because I was an independent person for a long time. before I ended up getting with JC and lived by myself for many years. Paid my own bills. Even though I fell behind on them bitches by myself, it was my own choice.
Can't blame nobody but you, boo.
Exactly. I wasn't trying to bring nobody else into that shit. But anyway, so I think for me, it's like a matter of like, I don't need to do everything. I wouldn't even call it submit as much as like give him the reins in some way. You know, like if he's better at something, he's better at saving than me, I will give that to you now. But in the beginning, it's very hard for me to, I guess, quote unquote, submit that I don't have all the answers. You ain't got the answer, Sway. So had to let that happen. And even now I still struggle with some parts of what it means to be submissive, because I feel like for a long time, nobody was taking care of me in a way that made me feel safe enough to be submissive, if that makes sense. So, and I was also in my trauma and my struggle growing up. I feel like everybody's got their own childhood trauma they got to work through. So it took me a long time to just realize I'm safe enough in my relationship to let go of a lot, if that makes sense.
It does.
Okay. I was like, I hope it makes sense, because I have no other way to explain it right now. But that's kind of how I view submission. But then there's also like the BDSM and stuff, you know, which is kind of nice sometimes, maybe.
Don't threaten her with a good time.
Wait a minute, that is kind of a term.
I guess there's 3 versions of submission, you know, which I don't mind. But abuse is not something I am, like, unless I am in the mood for it, I ain't trying to be abused. Does that make sense?
Wait a minute.
I mean, it always requires consent, so.
Yes, 2 consenting adults.
Are you
You
referring?
can spank me.
Okay, I was like, wait. Are we?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about physical in like a sexual capacity.
Your BDSM.
Yeah,
Okay, 'cause
like
I was
wouldn't
like,
even call
wait.
myself a kinky person like that. But you know, we don't kink shame here. So you know, everybody has a thing, and that's fine. But you know, I think in terms of sex, a little bit of spanking and all that is fine. Consent is got to be a part of it, though. That's my answer. Okay, what about you, Dejon? Let's talk about you.
Girl,
What
submission
do you
is
think about
just-
this?
What is it, submission? What is that?
Mm.
I feel like a lot of these people, the men don't really know what it is. I feel like a lot of women actually don't know what it is either. But me personally, could I submit? Absolutely. It's kind of to what you had said as far as being comfortable enough to be able to submit. When you look at what submission truly means, it's about being passive. It's about basically conforming to the authority of somebody else. So you're allowing somebody to take that authoritative position in your life, and you kind of just roll with the punches. But you have to trust them enough to be able to do so. So I feel like, could I submit? Absolutely, I could in a relationship. The problem is that I don't trust. With me conforming to your authority, I don't even trust your authority. You don't even have the mental capacity or the mental space to have enough authority over your life to therefore have authority over mine.
Say a lot of other people in the back.
As far as submitting to somebody or submitting to a man, I definitely, I believe I can, because I do when I'm in that position to do so. But once I feel like I no longer trust your judgment or your authority, at that point, that submission's out the window, and I'm standing back on my own 2 feet, and I'm trusting my own self, because I can't trust you anymore. So that's kind of what I feel.
I guess I'll go next. For me, it's more of it's not just about me submitting, it's about us submitting to one another. And I think that's another big part of the piece a lot of men miss in this is they have this idea that the woman is supposed to, follow their every demand, especially if they're the ones paying all the bills, and maybe the wife's stay at home or something. But they forget, just because your wife's a stay at home wife, she still gets to make choices in this decision. What it should be is a partnership, not just about somebody feeding your ego and doing whatever you tell her to do because it makes you feel good. It makes you feel more of a man. Maybe that's just a sign of little D syndrome. I don't know. But in my opinion, I feel like a lot of the marriages that I have seen work are more of a partnership. It is more of them submitting to each other. And that's what I would like for my own.
But even to that point, Chloe, with talking about submitting to each other, I feel like because a lot of people, they go based off of the Bible when they're talking about submission. A lot of people miss that mark. They talk about wives submit to your husbands, and that is a part in the Bible. But then God also turns around and tells the husband to submit themselves to their wives. So, like you had said, I feel like a lot of when having this conversation, men throw that word out to be submissive, but then they don't turn around and submit themselves wholeheartedly to their wives. And I feel like that's part of the problem as well, is that I can't submit myself to you if you don't submit yourself to me. What do I look like? You got me out here looking like
showing, an example of how the patriarchy likes to pick what they want from the Bible. Whatever benefits the man is what they like to highlight.
Highlighting certain things.
Right. Whatever fits. That's why I'm like, you got to read that thing in totality. Especially in the Black community, they like to nitpick and choose what part they're going to talk about at the time. And then they forget you got to reverse that thing because he talked about both. So when we talk about submission, like you said, it's both. A man submitting himself to his wife, just like a wife submitting herself to her husband. And in turn, it looks like a partnership because both people have their own legs that they can stand on. It's just that they trust each other enough to rely on each other. And it looks like a partnership when in reality they are truly submitting to each other.
Exactly. Lisa?
Put that so well, both of y'all.
Okay.
I mean, but look, Drea, to your point, I mean, girl, a little bit of BDSM ain't never hurt nobody either.
Look, okay.
No, see, ow, spank me, little scratch. Hey,
look, there's remind me of that song from
which
Rihanna.
that also requires trust,
cockiness. That part, yes.
All trust, yes, that's the key word. But yes, cockiness a little bit.
I'm over here thinking of S&M by Rihanna.
S. Maybe we should have started with that song.
Look, I mean, it was a little fitting, especially you see where you done took us, Drea. Look.
No, I'm so sorry.
We done went down the avenue of the booty. Booty Ave.
I can't help it. Sometimes, well, it's just a part of life.
What about you? Lisa,
I feel like I'm waiting to be able to be submissive. It's definitely something that honestly I can say I look forward to, contrary to what I think that a lot of men may not feel based off my type of personality. Because I'm definitely very much, girl, type A. I have an aggressive type of personality. My sign fits me perfectly. But my biggest thing is that if you want me to be submissive to you, give me something to submit to. It drives me crazy where men will come half-stepping, and especially being independent, we are not in our 20s anymore. We 30-somethings, okay? And if I am used to taking care of my day-to-day and my life is working like a well-oiled machine by myself, in order for you to step into this equation, I need you to be just as well-oiled as me. And when somebody is halfway doing it,
I already know
what you just said. Old, not close. Okay,
I knew it. If she wasn't gonna break our words,
now this is the great debate. Now, if you listen to the last episode or two, what was it? The last one or the time before last?
I definitely
say
this last
oil.
one we mentioned it, but
there's oil, broil and broil. Tomato.
There is no tomato.
Dejon, how you say it?
There is no tomato. There is a correct way to say these words. Get it?
If you're British, you might say tomato.
You said
That
what?
part.
I said, if you're British, you might say tomato.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are any of us British on this thing? I think I may have missed that
She said, "Bitch, that
introduction.
don't matter."
I identify as
But
British.
Chloe, what accent was that?
Don't do that. Don't do not identify. Don't do that. That is a whole nother can of worms, girl. That's another podcast for another day.
Okay.
Exactly.
Dre, what did you just ask me?
I was like, what area of London was that, or the UK was that?
I don't know, darling. Don't question me, you peasant.
Oh,
Not a half
I'm
wit?
a peasant.
Wait a minute. Did you say half wit or you said something else?
Peasant.
Oh, wait a minute. Even worse.
I was like, Lise, damn, I don't think she said
Oh,
that.
well, then I clearly not listening right.
Call me a damn halfwit. What the
I
fuck?
don't even know what that means, to be honest. I just hear him say it from time to
But
time.
I don't think Chloe know what it mean either. She just said it. 'Cause see, look, she's shaking her head no.
I said peasant, though. I didn't say halfwit.
Oh,
I don't even know where I got
I
that
feel like
from.
halfwit means they're not
you heard it.
that smart, is what I think.
Oh, well, that
but-
ain't you, boo.
You got half your
You
brain.
got the brains and the beauty and the booty.
And the booty.
Triple threat around here.
triple threat.
Okay, triple threat.
Hey.
BBB.
Well, Lisa, sorry to interrupt the all.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, like,
I know. I'm so sorry. We digress. Go back to.
If you
Well,
just
or
men need to
she.
recognize that there are certain things that need to be in order. Nobody's asking you to be perfect. I'm not saying that by any means, because everybody's flawed, including myself. Lord help me. But it's still one of those things where knowing that I have created a certain type of life for myself, if between the two of us together, that lifestyle still cannot be that it can still be maintained, or if you're trying to bring me to something less because you have too many problems, or because you have not done the work on yourself as a man to even be ready for someone like me. Like, I'm very intentional in all of my relationships, friendships, the romantic relationships, business, all of that. So you either going to come correct or don't come at all. And until the right man comes along who can make me feel comfortable enough, like how you guys were talking about with that trust factor has to be there too. Because prior traumas, the prior relationships where you feel like we as women are always having to feel like we're carrying somebody on our back. I don't want to feel like I have to do that. Of course, there's going to be times where things might happen. And if I have to step in and be the one to carry us for that season, then so be it. But there's a season is just that, a season. It don't last forever. This is why we get different ones, okay? So if I'm the one that is consistently doing everything, look, let's talk about this, not even the partnership. Who the man? Like how she said that she want to wear her panties instead of them briefs. Well, I'm wearing both of them. So you ain't gonna tell me what to do. Go ahead and submit to these nuts.
Nigga. I'm too through.
Well, there's something else I wanted to bring up on the topic of submission. Has any man ever approached you and said, can I submit to you? Are you willing to
submit to me?
Yes. There are, it's a kink. There are men.
Oh, you mean like in a sexual,
Yes.
like strictly sexual submission?
Sexual submission. Has anyone ever asked y'all that?
Not like, not in that way. They've asked like for me to sit on their face with my butt, or
Wait,
like I have.
She asked.
wait.
I was like,
Wait.
Just, what you mean? Wait, ain't no
You
wait.
you ready to start that OnlyFans?
Look, my cousin runs OnlyFans, okay? And look, if I had no morals or standards about myself right about now, I would do it. I'm telling you, because there's a certain level of moral and standard.
Without no face in.
Just my butt. Look, I might, because the way them women be getting paid on OnlyFans, I'm like, you know what? Bump morals out the window. I don't care if my family knows that I got one. I don't care. The Lord will forgive me one day. Like, throw it all out the window.
Not the Lord will forgive.
Throw it all out the window because at this point, I need
The
that
way
OnlyFans
the
money.
is set up.
But yeah, no, I've had a guy like ask me to like sit or smother him with my butt. When I was in college, this one white boy, he had an infatuation with black women, and he wanted me to insult him, like racist insults, like, and then talk about how small his dick is. Like, it was one of those, and I'm like,
race play. He like race play.
Yeah, and I'm like, first of all, you asking the wrong person to do it. I was still a virgin, and I definitely wasn't dealing with no white man. I was like, what? You done lost your
Go
mind.
find you a Black Panther. I bet she would have did it.
I think the girl that ended up being
Remember that from Friends?
You are so tickled, Lisa.
Y'all remember that from Friends with Chandler? He ain't know how to. He didn't know how to do the whipping sound, so he was always saying "whoop-paw." Whoop-paw.
That's hilarious.
No. First of all, I am a living single type of person. I did not watch nobody Friends.
Same. We
we
like the original, Lisa.
First of all,
look, let's not get into this debate. That's a whole different debate.
It definitely is, because you already know I'm blackity black. So let's
blackity blackity black, and I'm black.
That's why.
My bad, Dejon. My bad. So you were saying. My bad.
No, she was saying you got to go get a Wakanda for that, and I was like, I think he did. I think the girl that actually ended up doing it was like,
wait a minute. I think she said get a Black Panther.
Or Black Panther or Wakanda.
I was like, who said Wakanda? I don't remember that.
Wakanda forever.
He did though. Right, the girl that ended up doing it though, she was
Wakanda forever.
Yeah, and he paid her money. Like, I don't know how much, but he paid her.
Oh.
They have money out there. So I just, once again, if I just throw morals and standards out the window, I could be a billionaire right now. Just throw it out the window.
I feel like you might need to do that and go ahead and fund the rest of our endeavors. Facts.
It's
some folks.
I already got you the camera, and it moved with the motions.
That's true, and you are, Dre. You are so right. That's one of the reasons why I had to get off of the chubby dating sites, because on the chubby dating sites, I don't know what it is, but that's where those men, they get on there, and it's like about a kink for them. They think our farts are smellier, our draws is bigger. What? Girl, that our vagina's got a different type of smell. So they be asking for all kinds of weird stuff on the chubby girl dating. You got to get off of that.
Damn, I had no idea.
I thought I had some strange experiences.
Girl, the chubby dating site is just
so close.
Lise, I don't know what to expect right now. What's happening?
I was just about to ask Chloe, because she said, and I thought I had some bad experiences. It's funny to me because Chloe will ask other people first so she can see how crazy or kinky their stuff is. And then Chloe come out and be like, there was someone who wanted to blow bubbles on my butt. Something like that she just like... I don't even know how this has to deal with being submissive, but it's just funny to me. I am so tickled.
I'm saying about a man wanting to submit to you sexually. So
there you go. So yes, what was your experience?
It tracks. It still tracks.
Well, I had a couple on the Swirler interracial dating app.
See, you in this Swirler app.
That's the name of it's an interracial dating app.
Mm-hmm.
Push pause. How do you feel about the pink meat?
I don't mind them at all.
You and Lise with the fucking pink meat. I ain't never in my life ever had heard that term until Lisa came along. What the hell?
I've been saying that since I was in high school, simply because of the fact that, this was before I even saw any type of meat in my life. I just came up with, because I was such a nerd, if you white and when you get hard, all your blood rushes to that vein, white and red makes pink. You got pink meat.
Wow, she took a very scientific
approach
to that.
I never seen meat. Then once I got older and I started seeing meat, I'm like, dang, black people got pink meat too?
Depending on,
Yeah.
It's always
you
the
know,
tip. The tip is always, if it's pink, it's pretty.
just a tip,
Oh
Just
my God. Yeah.
Just
just
a
a
tip, just a little
tip.
bit, just to see how it feels.
I'm
Well,
sorry, but continue on with your swirl generation
Yes,
girl.
sorry. We
I'm
are
sorry.
very distracted today. I'm so sorry.
well, okay. So the first one on Swirler was like a year ago, and this man asked. No, it was 2021, and he asked me if I would be submissive to, or if he could be submissive to me, and I said no, I'm not into that. And then he was like, okay, sorry. I was like, it's all right. You're being honest about what you're looking for. So then he comes back like some months later,
Oh,
and
he
he was
came
like,
back.
please, and I was like, no.
Oh,
Okay, right? 2021. Why did this same man send me another message like 2 weeks ago?
You need to block
look,
his
I
he
blocked
is
ass.
him after that.
determined.
I blocked him after that. I was like, what is with you? And so then,
Mm-mm.
and y'all already know this story, one that happened recently where this man asked about being submissive to me. And I said, how much you willing to pay? And he said, man, all you black people are broke, huh? And then he deleted his account.
All you black people. Yes, we are. Give me some money.
I was just like, the nerve of you to try to propose this, make this inappropriate proposal to me. And then when I said, where the money at, you get
Inappropriate
offended
proposal.
and insult me.
And you know,
Okay.
that's the same men that actually do pay women for those type of things. They just try to get on these dating apps and stuff like that to try to get it for free. Because
Get that shit for
Right.
free.
even when I was on the chubby girl dating site or whatever, and the dude asked me to fart on him, I'm like, how much you willing to pay?
What
Yeah,
he say?
he was like, I have to pay for that. You don't think you think that's out of the norm, baby? That's not
You
normal.
want me to degrade myself for free?
I'm not degrading myself because I'm a fart regardless. But if you want me to degrade you, while
I
I'm
was
doing
like,
it,
farting is not degrading.
if you want me to do it to you, then sure. How much you willing to pay? Not even going for my kinks. I don't even know if I like it. So
The nerve of them, the nerve
Go
of them
ahead and pay me for my
for
troubles.
free.
right, we ain't even in no. It'd be different if we was in a relationship and that was a kink of yours and you just decided to share it with me. This is the
Facts.
first thing you saying to me on this day. You literally said, "Hey, how you doing? Do you want to fart on me?" Oh, okay. 3 messages in, you asking for farts? Well, I'm asking for money. How much?
Whoa.
You literally give
My
me money.
God.
That's
Got it.
crazy.
Got
Drea,
it.
what about you?
She over there kissing her
Oh,
husband.
no, I'm not. I'm not. I was trying to look at something on my phone and it's timing out. Anyway, have I? No, I haven't ever experienced someone asking me if they could submit to me. I have been asked random shit in the mall when I was in high school though, or at the club. Like this one dude was like, I just gotta ask you, can I suck your toes? I was like, I don't know you.
You
No.
need an OnlyFans too, girl. They putting
Right.
feet on
Right.
OnlyFans.
I mean, I didn't think about it. I got cute feet, but no, I was like, oof, I don't know. Like, I'm sex positive. I believe that, if you want to be out there getting sex for money, do you, boo boo. That's fine. Just be safe about it. I don't like it when it's not consenting, like when they are in a situation where they gotta be doing this to live or whatever, that breaks my heart. But I forgot my train of thought. Shit.
You said you're sex positive.
Sex positive. There was something else I was about to say though that had, I don't know. Anyway, continue. I don't even freaking remember.
Look, I
might
ain't
cut
never
that
had
part out.
that. So
What? You ain't?
Truth be told, I think that if Lisa ever did get the proposition, she would take it
I would.
for the sheer fact of I've never done it
She
before.
just want to know what it feels like.
Right. Let me know what it feels like.
Mhm.
There's I don't kink shame. It is what it is. Everybody got their own. Well, sometimes I do because I'm sorry if you want to having sex with animals, we got a big problem. But I
Oh, I
don't
mean,
kink shame. When it's certain things that you do. I just won't do it for myself. And when me and Lisa have had these conversations in regards to the lines I won't cross, there are very few that she just will not cross.
Right. We did have that conversation one time. You remember, Lisa, we was talking about them dudes in, what was it, Saudi Arabia that had real crazy requests?
Oh, the ones that
wanted the taboo on your chest. I'm like, look, what the price tag?
It's called what they call it?
The Dubai girls. The Dubai girls.
But they call it, there's a name for it, and I can't remember what it is.
Yeah.
The gross.
Look, if you gonna do that, you got to make it worth my while. Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking, it need to be some life-changing money.
For real. All my debts are paid.
That part.
Then some.
Listen, y'all got potential to be a Dubai girl then.
I don't know,
like y'all.
Chloe was like, ain't nobody down with that mess but one.
Okay. Well, Lisa, you need to go ahead and be a Dubai girl.
Look, you can get rid of the smell for the right dollar amount.
After therapy.
I don't even need no therapy. Look, you can pay for your therapy after that.
Like, I would be disturbed for the rest of my life. I would not be able to get over the fact that I did that.
Well,
I would be rolling around debt free
in Paris, okay?
That part
with all the bags.
And in my mind, I'd be like, how many other trips do I need to take in order to hit a certain amount?
For me, it's got to be at least 8 figures, probably more for me if I'm ever to do something like that.
Look, they be having some large amounts of prices on them Dubai girls when they go out there and do them things, but a lot of them that didn't talk about it, the things that those men want them to do, they was like, it's the money's life changing. Don't get me wrong, but the therapy you need afterwards,
but you pay a price.
You paying a price. Talking about boo boo on your chest.
I don't know. Lisa would roll that shit off her back like, nigga, I gives a fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Lisa got great potential to be a Dubai girl.
Gang.
Lisa Love.
If anybody knows, she might be in consideration.
Look, I might think a little bit hard about this side income. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'll talk about just, if they find her as a result of this podcast, I do want a finder's fee.
Look, you and Chloe gonna stay out my pockets now.
I'm just saying, I have helped, the catalyst to this situation. I feel like I deserve.
Hey, I brought it up in a previous discussion.
She like run.
Wow, Chloe, that felt a little. She reaching for
that part.
The one that opened it up on the table saying that there's not a lot of lines Lisa won't cross.
That part. But you know what? That's how I know that something is wrong with me.
No.
You're sex positive.
It's called the Dubai Porta Potty. I couldn't remember what it was called.
Yeah, see, anything porta potty for me is a no. But hey, consenting adults.
Right.
That part.
That is my.
And Lisa, that doesn't mean that anything.
Regardless,
that means nothing. That does not mean that something's wrong with you at all whatsoever. I've told you multiple times that sometimes I wish that I was more open to things the way that you are. Because being open to that has developed these great stories for you and great memories for you that you can definitely go back to. Where I'm like, the first time somebody tell me something I don't like, I'm like, it's a no for me.
I'm always intrigued by a lot of things. There's not very many things where I'm like, unless it's some scary stuff. I don't do scary. Y'all know that.
Yeah, we know.
Unless it's swimming.
We
know it.
But see, even with you being intrigued, I'll be intrigued, but my fear takes over the intriguing part of it, and I'm like, it's a no. I told you about the first time somebody tried to eat my butt. I planked right on his behind. I was intrigued, but I was scared.
Oh no!
Right on the stomach. It's just not gonna happen.
Your booty, you gotta let yourself enjoy some pleasures.
No, girl, it's not about clenching. I fell. I planked it. Remember when planking was a thing and you just lay straight? Yeah. I was up on all fours thinking we about to get it in from the back, and he literally put that tongue on me. I was planked it flat on my stomach. Not what I signed up for. I signed up for regular sex. What is you doing?
Oh my God.
For some folks, that is regular sex.
Part.
Right, but keep in mind, that was when I was a newbie. I started late, girl. And now,
Really?
I did. I didn't lose my virginity until I was almost 22.
What?
Yeah, I started off real late. So yeah, back at that time, somebody trying to do something to my booty. I'm like, wait, my vagina just got touched. What are you
were
doing?
probably like, I've never even heard of people doing this.
Right.
Like, what is this? What they call that?
Right. My vagina just got touched. Now I'm tooting my behind up everywhere, waiting for somebody to go back in it, and ain't nobody eating booty no more.
Damn.
Mommy, make it roll.
Ain't nobody eating booty no more. Like, where the booty eaters at when I want it, when I'm ready?
Look, Trick Daddy said he got a little following, the Eater Booty Gang.
I'd rather not.
I cannot. Yo, the shit about Trick Daddy's
eating his butt.
That part.
Hey.
He's just so unattractive to me. I'm just like,
look,
there's a person
this cannot be the same Trick Daddy back in 2007.
It's definitely not. He don't look the same.
At
His
all.
face look like it hurt now.
That's it.
Damn, Lisa.
Dude.
This is why, and this is exactly why it's important for men to find a wife when they looking like that. Because now when he looking like this, you can't find one.
He's still married. He won't divorce her.
She won't divorce him.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Make no sense.
I bet he won't.
Y'all down south folk. I love it.
Now to reel it back in.
I know, right? We digress once again.
We done went real X-rated today. Like,
so I apologize. It was my.
When you bring them Floridians into the mix.
First of all, this was all Drea. Drea, the one that started with the BDSM.
I know.
That she did.
I
you know what?
That.
You are right.
I own it.
I accept your apology.
That's my fault.
I accept your apology.
So first, I would like to apologize.
And you know that's love because Lisa don't be apologizing unless she really fucking loves you.
Yeah, I only apologize if I love you. And even if, because sometimes
it might be 3 days, 5 days
I might
later.
love you, but I'm going to stand 10 toes down in that lie.
Right.
Feel like, I ain't seen shit.
She like, I ain't sorry. No.
She'll be like, sis, I love you, but I am not sorry.
That part. Look, can we talk about that? I need people to understand you are only going to get an I apologize or an I'm sorry if it is legit. I do not believe in just saying that just for the sake to smooth things over. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
I'm not a bigger person like that.
It's really not.
I wish I had that.
It's not even, I don't think it's even about being a bigger person. It's literally about staying true to yourself. If I said what I said and I meant it, then I meant it. Instead of you
said what I said.
What I said. Now, instead of you wanting an apology for what I said, maybe you should try to gain an understanding for why I said what I said.
That part. Sometimes I'm that person to be like, now I might apologize for the delivery because sometimes like I said, the elevator don't go to the top every time. So I might apologize for my delivery, but the message still stays the same, which is why I've kind of turned into one of those people where when people are like, oh, it's the way that you said it. I mean, for the most, I guess because I'm the person that is very aggressive, I could care less.
You're just upfront.
Yeah, I could care less how you said it.
You working on that though. You working on that.
I am. I'm trying to be a better person. The Lord know my heart.
Look, sometimes when you telling somebody off, they don't deserve the better you though. They deserve the old school fuck you.
Oh, some of them need a good tongue lashing. Do you hear me?
Some of them do.
I mean, it's one thing if you deserve it.
That part.
Serving them up on a silver platter. Y'all already know my little saying, you ain't gonna piss on me and tell me it's raining. So if it is one of those situations to where we done caught you in a lie and you still trying to stand 10 toes down, be ready for this lashing. Let's get it.
Well, to reel it back in, that also goes along with the submission part of it, though. If you've submitted yourself to somebody, including your husband or whatever the case may be, your husband, your wife, if you submitted yourself to them, then part of that is being passive in nature, which means that tongue lashing and being aggressive and all that other stuff it's got to come to a head. You can't do that.
Sometimes you gotta just apologize to make the person you love feel like you care at least.
For small things.
Yeah.
For small things.
Small things, not everything.
Not everything.
I was like, don't go just negating your whole being just because you're trying to make someone feel better.
But you do.
Sometimes I'll be like, oh, okay, I'll let you have that one.
When when you love people, it's just something you have to do sometimes.
Sometimes.
See,
I
but
agree.
sometimes I will just hold back from saying anything so I don't have to say I'm sorry. I don't know why I really do have a hard time saying that I'm sorry. But I'll be the first one in line to get my apology. Do you hear me?
Should let you know you still require an apology.
But no, the part of the growth for me though is depending on who the person is or what the situation is. Like, yeah, Chloe, you right. I am such a firm believer in let your apology be as loud as your disrespect. So depending on how big or small the situation may be, should depict the type of apology that you receive. So,
Excuse me.
Right.
but I'm still a work in progress. God ain't doing me yet.
Hey, it's progress, not perfection. It's all good.
That part. Now, have any of you ever been cheated on before?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I think so.
She said,
okay.
I
Wait a
don't think
minute.
so.
Like, it was not actually confirmed. I heard rumors, but this was like high school. So
Oh. Well.
In your adult life, though,
Yeah.
you've never been cheated on.
I don't believe, like, nothing that I've uncovered. Like, oh my God. But at the same time, I don't even think that I really had, but like a couple relationships that were really that deep to care.
Okay.
You know, it was only a couple people, but I know they weren't. So
That's
Now,
look.
Chloe,
I'm
you said
happy
that
for you.
from right. That part.
Dejon.
Consider yourself so innocent.
So innocent.
Oh
So good.
Protect
no,
the spirit from
I still
that.
had other things.
Very true,
I
but
still had other things happening. But yeah, but thank you though.
Cheating. I mean,
Appreciate
I
it.
especially when you deal with other things, I know that that's a struggle as well. But cheating in itself, it brings on so much other problems other than just, oh, you had sex with somebody else. Like it play, especially if it's a continuous thing, it plays so hard on your mental when you're doing what you need to be doing to be in this relationship with this other person, and yet it's still not good enough for them for whatever reason of their choosing, and they go out and cheat on you. So it's like it brings other issues into the mix that you didn't even think you ever even had until you dealt with this one particular person. So I'm not negating that you have other issues or anything like that, but just be happy you didn't have to add cheating on top of the other issues that you have. Because a lot of these men, they add cheating on top of the other issues that these women be having, then leave these women and then put us back into the dating pool and wonder why the dating pool got a bunch of piss in it.
Mm. Say
Bam,
it again.
tangent.
now wait, because
Preaching.
Chloe felt that in her spirit.
Who did? Sorry, Chloe. Go ahead.
She
Yeah.
did.
I have two that I can tell you about for certain. One was a boyfriend I had when I was in college. He was older than me. I was 24. He was 28, I think. So he was a captain in the military. And he was from Mississippi. He had two kids by two different women. And so when he went on like a 2-week leave from Iraq, like I talked to him every single day. We wrote letters to each other, baked Christmas cookies, packaged them up and mailed them to him. Like he was like, oh, like all the other guys were jealous. Like your girlfriend's the best and blah, blah, blah. Cause nobody else got nothing like that. But I just had this thing in my head, which I still kind of do a little bit, but not anything that I would take action on when I did then. But I just had this thing in my head that all men cheat. So I'm going to cheat on him just in case he cheats on me. So I won't feel that bad when I find out. And so I did cheat on him with one person. So
Sneaky link.
yeah, but then come to find out later, he cheated on me with both his kids' mom. So this is what happened. He went on leave back to Mississippi for the 2 weeks from Iraq. He flew me out the second week. When I ended up finding out about him cheating later, it was because the first baby mom called me. So he cheated on me with her and the other baby mama. And while I'm sitting here thinking, he took his two daughters on this little fun trip by himself. She said, well, the second one was with him during that trip. So I'm up here like, oh, you're such a good dad, blah, blah, blah. No, you're a piece of shit. And you're probably confusing your kids at that. But you had the nerve to fly me out the very next week. And I'm just like, you're disgusting. And I feel like there was a third woman, and he had a superior in the military that he would hang out with. And I didn't want to go bowling one time, and he just asked her to go because I didn't feel like going. I was like, you don't ask another woman to go with you because I didn't want to go. You go by
Right.
yourself or ask a male friend. But I never found out officially, but I think there was something going on there too, which you better be glad I didn't find out, because I would have reported that since she was your superior.
Now,
So that's
wait, Clay,
one.
did you cheat on him before or after you found out he cheated?
No, while he was in Iraq. And I don't even feel bad about it, because people always want to say these women or these wives, military wives, cheat on their husbands while they're deployed. Do you have any idea what they're doing when they're over there?
Oh, they doing the most. They
Yes.
wilding out.
People want to make them the victims. Let me tell you, their wives are probably doing this because they've already been cheating on the wife. Don't be naive and don't be dumb, and don't just try to automatically put it on the woman, because society loves to do that.
Oh, yeah.
But
She said, "Don't be naive and don't be dumb."
it's the
Damn.
facts. People don't be really truly knowing what's going on out there, and they be like, "Oh, this person." Blah. I had a girl at work that was going around telling everybody I cheated on my boyfriend. She didn't know the half of it. For one,
Chloe said, "Girl, you ain't got the tea."
right?
Hello, you dirty birdie.
You
Hold
didn't know a
on.
lot. But I learned a lesson from that situation. That's the only time I ever cheated on anybody. I'm not a cheater. Which is the other reason why I don't believe in the saying, once a cheater, always a cheater. That's not true. I cheated for a reason. It wasn't a good reason. But what I learned from that, and this is, in talking to one of my friends, she said, when I told her why I did it, she said, and when you find out he did it, it didn't hurt any less, did it? And I said, nope. So that's why I felt like there was no point in me doing that, because it still hurt when I found out what he did.
Yeah.
I thought it would make me feel better if I got one up on him, but it didn't work that way. So that was the one. The other was, this guy was trash from the beginning anyways, but he ended up cheating on me with
hot dumpster fire.
He ended up cheating on me with a girl that was supposed to be my friend. Really, I think they pretty much had a secret relationship the whole time.
Oh, raggedy.
Yeah, raggedy. And she's the one that hooked me up with him. And I was like, red flag was when she kept talking about, he's really cute. He's really cute. Well, bitch, why didn't you take him for yourself?
Right.
Why did you hook me up with him? I almost feel like she did it because the dude she was with was also trying to hit on me all the time. So I kind of feel like there was some kind of a little motive behind that in that way. Like maybe that's why she went after him. But that's not my fault. My man wants you and he give me his money when he drunk and not you. Sorry you didn't have it like that.
Sips tea. Goodness.
Sipping the tea. But yeah, those are my two experiences. People are trash. And I learned a lot from those situations. That was a big one where I learned you can't trust your girlfriends all the time, because I was young and had that mentality that, they would never do that to me. But I only felt that way because I would never do that to them.
Right.
And that's when I had to realize we don't know what other people are capable of, only ourselves.
Right.
So those are my two.
I've had relationships where I've been cheated on, and it resulted in the guy having a baby by someone else. And to me, I just find that so disrespectful, because I don't know. I just feel like it's usually, when I think about how the guys were, they were nothing. And for me to even, it's one of those things where you have to forgive yourself for who you were back then. Like, girl, who were we?
What were we doing
to feel that that's what we thought we deserved? But that is also why where I am at now in my life, like I said, I'm very intentional. I let it be known up front. One of my deal breakers is cheating. I'm not putting up with that crap. I just feel like There are too many men that get intrigued by the crap that they see on social media. Everybody trying to be poly and all this other type of stuff. Now it's like, okay, if that's what you feel you need, then go ahead and be with a woman who is going to accept that. There's plenty of women who do. It drives me nuts when men you tell them who you are, what you stand for, what you all about, what you're looking for. They'll pretend and act like that's what it is, and then turn around and start cheating. Come on now. That's not how that works.
That's why they say nowadays you can't tell a guy about everything you're looking for, because they will try to present that to you.
Yes.
To trick you to be that wolf in sheep's clothing for a while.
Right.
All that love bombing shit.
Yeah. Oh, God. Look, remember, Chloe? Y'all remember my love bomber who I had
He was
when
extra,
I first moved out here. You know, Dejon. The best friend. Yes, you do.
He was a truck driver, huh?
Yes, the truck driver. She knows.
She do.
But I was like, you don't even talk about just simple stuff like, how are you? I'm doing good. How are you? Oh, I'm okay. Sitting up here thinking about you, wishing I was coming home to you every day. You don't even know me.
Nigga,
you don't know me.
I just met you.
I was like, you don't even know what is my real name. If you don't know my real name, then there is no way that you want to come home to me every day. You can't even say my name as you walk through the door. Make it make sense. But you want to come home to me every day. Can't even address me properly.
I don't need your name to come home to you every day. I could just call you babe. Hey, boo.
Look, and that's why that is absolutely cut off when I meet a man on a dating app. Hey, baby, can you not please don't call me that?
I don't know you. Turn off, like, hey, babe, hey, boo, whatever. If it's not along the lines of beautiful, my name, or anything like that, we have a problem.
It makes me automatically suspicious if
me.
you're not calling me my name, that you just don't. You talking to too many other women.
Oh, of course they are. But I mean, I get the hey,
good morning,
beautiful,
sweetie.
Right. Hey, good morning, beautiful. Hey, sweetie. Any of those. All right, that's one thing. But anytime you go to the sexy, damn, or bae, or
dang, Dejon, people just greeting you like that.
They literally give you like the eyes and be all like, damn, what am I supposed to do with this?
Right. Hello to you too, sir. Hello, sir.
What is your name?
Hello. I don't even say nothing. I literally open the message, get a good laugh, and then I'll walk away. Now, sometimes I'll respond because I'll be bored. Like one dude, he sent me a message and he spelled everything wrong. So I went ahead and copy and pasted the message and spelled everything correct and then sent it back to him to help him out. Like,
oh my God, I cannot.
But for the most
part, oh my
God,
I hope you have some screenshots. We need to put some of that shit up.
I don't. You know what? That's on my Android phone.
Oh, that shit would be hilarious. That's like just a whole post in itself.
It literally is. Like, it was a whole post in itself, and I don't think that he caught it. That's how slow he was.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
so
definitely a no.
Boo boo.
It's so slow. They just so slow.
I honestly would love to find a man that's smarter than me. That's a big turn on for me.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
That's truly a little bit
smarter than you in some regards.
But I don't want to feel like I'm all the brains.
Hey, CoCo Babes.
Hey, y'all. We appreciate you listening this far. We hope you've enjoyed the episode.
Stay tuned for part 2 with our special guest, Dejon. Until next time.
Bye.